Hello everyone, Ashanti Titus here with Profit Mode, and on this episode we're going to talk about why is it important to keep up the finances of your business. As some of you know, there's multiple reasons, and I'm going to kind of reiterate and go over some of those things. First and foremost, you'll never know where you are going unless you know where you've been. It is so very, very important to track your expenses and to know exactly where your money's going. I can't tell you how many times where I've seen like restaurants or someone like an eye doctor or a doctor that has inventory that has not found out how much it costs them to buy, let's say, frames, or how much it is for a restaurant for a steak when they sell like a taco, so to speak. So it's very important to know, like, if you're producing a product or if you're reselling a product, how much that product costs, okay? So if you have that amount, then you'll know what your cost of goods sold is. So when you bring in the revenue, you'll know if that particular item is profitable or not. If it's underpriced or overpriced, you'll know how to what your next step is, which would be to adjust the pricing, or if it's even worth keeping on your menu or keeping in your catalog or your online store. So first and foremost, it's important to be able to track your expenses as it relates to the products that you sell, so you can make sure that each and every product is profitable. I can't tell you how many times there's been, where businesses don't know how much money they're spending on inventory, and they're selling below price or right at price, so they're breaking even, and they're wondering why, their business isn't profitable or they don't have enough cash. It's because they're not bringing enough in, more than what they're taking out. So it's important to know what your expenses are, where you've been, so you'll know where to go and how to, if you need to change vendors out to get a cheaper price, then you'll be able to do that, so your profit margin will go up. So if it costs you to get a t-shirt created, if it costs you $5, the t-shirt and the printing, then you know that you need to sell that shirt at $15 to $20. And you also have to take into account for sales tax as well, but that's a whole different episode. Another reason why you want to keep your financials in order is due to the fact if you want to expand and get financing. Some people are short-sighted when it comes to that. They'll put it off bookkeeping and accounting and be like, oh, I'll get to that later, I'll do it later. And then they find themselves in a situation where other investors are interested in investing inside of their company, or they need to get capital from a bank. Now, if you don't have your accounting in order and your financials in order, no reputable investor or bank is going to want to give you the funding that you need in order to expand your business. It is important to have your books in order so that the investors or bankers know exactly, what they're getting themselves into, if you're profitable or not. Exactly, you need to know, like, going back to those expenses once again, how much money that you need in order to project what's going to be needed over the next 12 months. And it's going to give them a basis to be able to give you that money that you're looking for, whether you're looking to get, a revolving business line of credit, business credit cards, or if another individual or company wants to invest in your company, you need to make sure that your accounting and bookkeeping is in order and is in line. And it's a very, very simple process. You can definitely do it yourself. QuickBooks has an online service where simply, you just literally link up your bank account to QuickBooks, and as the business items come through, whether it's revenue from your sales and expenses for like office supplies and inventory and things like that, it comes through QuickBooks, and you go through and you categorize it, and then that's going to help you to create your financials each and every month. If you are adverse to bookkeeping and don't want to deal with anything like that, there are companies that will help you with your bookkeeping Profit Mode. Myself working at Profit Mode, 10 years in accounting in the game, so we can definitely assist you with that. You just go to www.profit-mode.com. Sorry about that. So it's www.profit and then -mode.com. We can assist you with any accounting needs that you may have. So another thing I want to hit on again is forecasting. If every business has a cycle. There's a pattern. With human nature, there's always a pattern. So you can kind of see like how much money was spent at a certain time of the year. You can kind of know when your dry months are when it comes to revenue. And so it's important to have your bookkeeping together so you can project for that. So you'll know like, hey, let me work on my reserves, while I'm bringing in more revenue in, let's say, April, May, and June to help me out through November and December. If those are slower months, I have a client that has a video service company. During November and December, the sales are down. So in order to have that sustainability, it's important to allocate some of the revenues and funds that you make earlier on in the year and put that aside to help to pay for those expenses in November and December when the sales are lower. So these are all things that, bookkeeping and having a proper accounting in place will help your business. It'll help you to be fundable. It'll help you to have a roadmap on, where you need to go. It'll help you to see where you've been. And then also, it'll just help you to be able to make better decisions. Another thing, if you have a vendor that is charging you an amount, it'll help you to be able to shop around and see if you can get a better deal to help increase your bottom line. Again, my name is Ashanti Titus. I am an accountant at www.profit-mode.com. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to email me. That's ASHANTI@profit-mode.com.